Live.
All right, we're going to start the meeting. Start the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our vision statement is connecting, engaging, growing. Considerations of agenda amendments or deletions.
I would like for you to please add I, sell scrap school bus number 3.
I'm making this work harder.
Aye.
Sounds good.
Oh, under new business?
Yeah, under new business.
It's on the back. This goes on the back.
It's on the back.
Oh.
It's on there.
How about some good news from around the district?
All right, we will start for the elementary. Our cafeteria audit went very well, and our pre-K was given very high praise. We actually were told that most pre-Ks are a mess during lunch, and she said we did a fantastic job. She praised several of the staff down there, so we were very excited about that. We also participated in drawing holiday cards again for the city, and we had Emmy Tracy, Quincy, and her twin sister, Harper Lever. All 3 of their cards were chosen, so they can't wait to see the artwork come out. And then Amanda Capshaw, she has been working with our special education preschool students, and she has been taking them on community outings. So last Friday, she took them to the nursing home, and all of the residents there were thrilled. They loved having the little kids there, had a really great time, and so they have already been invited back.
Tell her that they want to see a bakery, call me.
Okay, I will. Yes, they may come.
Mrs. Grondin was not able to be here tonight. She is under the weather, and she sent in a couple of things for me to share for the intermediate. She says, we're currently planning our iRead family night after break. We were able to use title funds for family engagement to purchase kits to have reading activities, games, and books in them. We plan to provide refreshments and teach the parents how to engage in reading activities with their children. She says, Pioneer Day was a huge success. We received compliments from teachers, maintenance staff, parents, students, and volunteers. Students participated in candle making, quill and ink writing, square dancing, pioneer games, tool exploration, experienced one-room schoolhouse, and made stew and butter for lunch. We were already planning for next year and look for this event to continue to grow. I popped out there, and it was cool. The kids were having a lot of fun. But the thing that I liked the most was our maintenance crew had gone out to help start the fire to fix the stew, and they were really just loving being out there and helping, and so they ended up serving stew to the kids. So they stayed out and helped with it. They had a ball. So the Career Center.
All right, so I'm going to start off by mentioning that I had all of our schools, superintendents and principals in for a meeting last week, and took them on a tour of the Career Center. And I don't think many, if any, had been through the Career Center at all, and they were super impressed to see their students in action, and they just hadn't had that experience before. Also, last week, I think, or maybe the week before, we had a company in to do 360 scans of all of our classrooms and labs so that we can get that updated on our website as well. We have started our, we've called it Heinz Preview Days, that we started last year with bringing in the sophomore class from all of our sending schools so that those sophomores can actually see the spaces and see if this is something that they want to leap into next year. So instead of doing it all in one week like we did last year, because that was pretty overwhelming for all involved parties, we're kind of spreading them out and what works best for the school. So that's just getting started. Last night we had our open house for this fall, and I think we had a really good turnout in both buildings. So we had this building open as well for our 4 classes over here, and then the other building. And it seemed like it was a good combination between local and non-local students and current and prospective students. So it seemed like a really good mix. And today, our old lockers were removed in preparation for the new lockers to be put in tomorrow. So I am excited for that to actually transpire. That'll make a big difference in the hall. And last but not least, I actually just came from an initial meeting for our auto classes are going to start the process. They plan to put on a car show, so put on by students for students. So more information on that is to come, but it was exciting to be in that meeting just before this, hearing kids kind of work on planning it in collaboration with adults. So got some more exciting things coming.
Thank you. Anything from the association?
Just, we're glad that negotiations wrapped up and we finished that with the special board meeting.
Me too.
That time of the year is over with and moving on to better and brighter things.
And again, I feel like we have a good spirit of collaboration. We don't always get everything that any of us wants. We would love to be able to offer more to the teachers, but I think that the understanding and the collaboration that goes on, I'm very appreciative of that. Before we have our special presentation with the high school, we have a special guest, Tom Banyan. And I have the numbers here. I don't know if you have them memorized or if you have them down. If you want to share, if you want me to share the numbers that you said.
Feel free to share. Yeah, feel free if you like.
So Tom is here representing the Community Foundation. $112,000 was raised this year at the community chefs, and that puts them in excess of $1.1 million raised since the event's inception. And that tonight, Elwood is receiving $4,382 from this past event. And that puts the total received that Elwood has received through their generous donation up to $46,385.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I appreciate it. And,
Do you want to accept the check on behalf of?
and I just,
Yes.
Community Chefs is the third Saturday in September every year. And as Troy mentioned, the amount going to the schools, the way it works, half of the amount raised goes to the school systems in Madison County, as long as it has a high school with it. We also do Madison Grant, even though they're just across the county line. And yeah, I'll let them know next year. Sorry, I can't come. Troy said you're out. And then it's based on enrollment. So whatever percentage of students you have, that's the percentage of the pot you get. And I look forward to being back next year because we'll probably go over the $50,000 mark. You guys
We'll present it to our board president.
Oh, right there. All right. Here you go. Appreciate it. Well, let's turn around so you can see our logo. So. Thanks, everyone. Have a good Thanksgiving.
And we have a special report presentation from the high school tonight.
So my good news around the district is back here behind me. Before I turn it over to them, there are many great groups that we have at the junior senior high school. This being one of them, we have our newly formed athletic leadership council that meets monthly. We have our student council. They meet regularly. Our Bring Change to Mind, it works. I feel like it works very closely with this group here, which is our SAD, which they are not sad kids. They are very happy kids for the most part, I think. SAD is Students Against Destructive Decisions. And I could not be more proud of this group. Some jerk changed their bell schedule, and there's not a lot of meeting time during the day. And so this group comes in weekly at 7:30 to plan, to collaborate. And, I would never go back and be a teenager, ever. You couldn't pay me enough to be a teenager these days with social media, all the comparison, mental health struggles. And this group navigates all of those things. And one of their biggest missions is to help their peers and to help the kids in this corporation. They recently organized an event where they put on a dance and a Kiss the Cow event for one of our students who is going through a health battle, and they raised a good amount of money for him. They spent time at the intermediate school. Am I right? Intermediate school. Okay. sharing with students during Red Ribbon Week about those disruptive decisions. And so they come in early before school. They meet with Mrs. Tacken. I could not be more thankful for her and for what they bring to our building. So I'm going to turn it over to you all.
Alright.
What was yours?
We're gonna do a little introduction to our group here. So I'm Piper Anderson. I'm a senior at Elwood Senior High School.
I'm Brianna Rengel. I'm also a senior. I'm Olivia Ruxford, and I'm also a senior.
I'm Olivia Weddle, and I'm a junior.
I'm Kyra McRae, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Logan Vincent and I'm a freshman.
And then, as Mr. Evans already said, we represent the High School Students Against Destructive Decisions group, also known as SAD. Oh, sorry. I keep hearing, I was like, Piper. I'm like, what? So SAD aims to help students from all grades make better choices and decisions and give them the tools necessary for the prevention of underage drinking, drug abuse, or impaired driving, which are all destructive decisions that are being made more than ever before. Recently, as Mr. Evans already announced, the high school group went to the intermediate school classrooms for Red Ribbon Week with activities bringing awareness to vaping and tobacco usage. And then today we have introduced more engaging activities to help everyone better understand SAD's true purpose and why it is so important in a small community like Elwood.
Okay, so I'm going to start with an activity we did with our little ones in the intermediate school. So basically, I'm going to say a statement, and if you think it's false, you're going to go over to Kyra over here, and you're going to stand by her if you think my statement is false. If you think my statement is true, you're going to walk over here to Lily. And so let's get started. So
Wait, every time you say something, we're gonna be moving.
Get up and move.
Getting in steps, Bob.
So
please
stand up.
Overstand the
Sorry.
And I'm going to start with the first one. About 50,000 people die each year of smoking-related diseases. True or false?
I don't know how to interpret it.
I'm just following. I'm gonna follow.
Doesn't that say
I'm following her.
They're all following you. Probably led you astray, I'm sorry. Oh, no, you're good. So these ones over here are right. It is the real number is nearly 400,000 people die of smoking-related diseases each year. Okay. Next one is smokers in the United States smoke more than 500 billion cigarettes each year. True or false?
You say million or billion?
Billion.
I mean, there's 20.
Say 500.
500 billion. It is true.
Oh.
Good job, guys. Next one, vaping is a proven method for quitting smoking. Hey guys. Yay, everybody got that one right. It is false. While some people use e-cigarettes to quit smoking, they are not an FDA-approved cessation device, and evidence of their effectiveness is mixed. Next one, it takes about 10 seconds for nicotine absorbed into the bloodstream to reach the brain.
It's scientific. I chose the part that one. It's really fast. I don't know.
It is true. Okay, and our last one is every cigarette has over 3,000 chemicals with at least 20 that cause cancer. True or false?
Sounds true.
This actually says it's false. Cigarettes actually have 7,000 plus chemicals with a minimum of 70 that cause cancer.
I got it right.
Yeah! Good job, guys. So that was our activity, so you can take your seat, and thank you guys for participating.
Thank you.
We didn't do too bad. I think we're gonna need to take that class. After school.
We did lunch.
Okay.
Alright, so this is what we call our tar jar, and I'm gonna pass around the tar jar.
And you'll notice that there's a big dark liquid moving around in it. The liquid represents the approximate amount of tar that passes through an individual's lung who smokes around 10 cigarettes a day each year. The tar is a sticky black residue that occurs when tobacco is burned. The tar can lead to lung cancer, emphysema, and other respiratory illnesses.
Pretty gross. I thought he was gonna open it. Or does that represent the lung covered in it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. It shows how it's just all gross.
No, it's pretty gnarly.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up our SAD presentation. We want to thank our school corporation for supporting our SAD group and allowing us to present at the intermediate classrooms about the negative effects of youth vaping and tobacco usage. SAD is vital in our high school setting as it lets teenagers support one another and making positive changes to our community. So we thank you so much for letting us come in this evening and listening to us. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you.
You did fantastic.
I think that concludes the good news around the district.
Outstanding. Do we have any public comment?
We would just like to publicly say how awesome you guys did.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you. That's all I have.
Then let's move along to the consent agenda.
You guys are welcome to stay, but you're also welcome to leave.
Excitement made it overwhelming.
The consent agenda includes the cash flow reports along with minutes from both the executive session and the regular board meetings that were held on October 16th, as well as the special board meetings held on November 5th and November 10th. The accounts payable claims totaling $1,268,455.55 and payroll claims totaling $907,096.87. And then we have donations. We have a $500 donation from the Lions Club to the Fax Lab, a $200 donation from the Optimus Club to the Fax Lab, and then a Kappa donation of $100 to the Pioneer Day, and then a $3,000 donation by VFW to the Alternatives Christmas Party. Is that alternative school, alternative classrooms Christmas party? Is that what that is?
Academy.
Okay.
Yep.
That concludes the consent agenda.
I move to approve. Second.
All those in favor? You confused me, yeah.
Haven't had a minute.
We have no old
Had too
business.
many.
Let's move along to new business.
We have the personnel report. And on the new hires, we have Kim Capps, Kyle Sherman, Lisa Ochoa.
Ochoa.
Yes. And then Stephanie McKinley. And then on transfers, we have Tina Street. And on separations, we have Kim Capps, Drake Gunnell, and Jalen Day. And then coaching recommendations, we have Ryan Van Skyok. And as athletic trainer, Ryan Van Skyok is the boys basketball coach, David Savage as the JV coach, Caleb Jones, assistant boys coach, Stephen Embry as the volunteer assistant basketball coach, Ryan Van Skyok as the freshman boys basketball coach, David Savage, sixth grade boys coach, Jaden and Cody Mullins coaching the eighth grade boys team, Derek Johnston, the seventh grade boys team, Jason Robinson, volunteer boys basketball coach, Jackson Blackford, volunteer boys basketball coach, Courtney Licklider, girls varsity basketball coach, Matt Crawford, assistant varsity girls coach, Dylan Downey, 7th grade girls, Matt Crawford, 8th grade girls, Brittany Gregg, 6th grade girls. And then for boys wrestling, Victor Cruz is the head coach, Ryan Fanning is the assistant, and Josh Frazier is the junior high. For girls wrestling, Brandon Hull is the head coach, Danielle Rittenhouse is the assistant, and Cody Landrum is the volunteer assistant. And then Emma Parrish for the head swim and junior high swim, and Michaela Dell is the assistant swim. That concludes the personnel report.
I move we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to the food service audit.
This was just for informational purposes. We completed another food audit successfully through Roxy's leadership. We did have one performance finding that was a technical assistance. It was one personal finding, and that was for an entire week. We were a ½ ounce short of grain for 1 week, and that was due to when we served, the day that we served chicken nuggets and
A roll.
the kids had an option. And because the kids had an option not to take both, that couldn't count towards the total grain. So the total grain that we had available to them for the entire week fell a ½ ounce short because there was an option not to take the roll when the chicken nuggets were served.
That is absurd.
Do they go through every meal?
That is not, that was, last year, there was a color violation.
Come on.
I'm serious, because the color of the vegetables weren't varied enough. So I feel like Roxy and her staff are doing an excellent job, and we're able to correct that grain issue, and we'll make sure that we are not a ½ ounce short moving forward.
Is that done by the state or USDA?
The state. So,
They always have to find something, don't they?
Well, it's almost like you want something small. They probably look for something small.
When we performed an audit last week, go with one little one like that and call it a day.
that's all I have on the food service audit report, unless you have any other questions about that.
How about the Neola updates?
This is just the first reading. I've provided an overview of the changes. Again, most of these are just technical changes and changes to align things with the changes in law. There's nothing of anything controversial in any of these changes. They are available on our website also for the public to review. This is just the first reading to make them available at the next board meeting. That's when they'll be voted in.
Or offered to be voted in.
Offered to be voted in, yes. Sorry. Recommended to be voted in, yes.
How about the resolution to transfer from education to rainy day fund?
So this is, we do several resolutions at this time of the year to give ourselves permission to basically balance our accounts and make them whole. So this resolution is authorizing a transfer of up to $500,000 from unused and unencumbered balances of the education fund to the rainy day fund.
I need a motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Our next resolution to reduce appropriations.
Again, another resolution to be able to balance our books at the end of the year. This is a resolution to reduce appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. How about year-end fund transfers?
And one final resolution to allow the approval of year-end fund transfers.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Oh, is that not on the agenda?
It's on there. You said that was on.
Gee.
Well, I was getting excited. I didn't scroll down far enough.
I lied to us.
One more
Okay,
resolution.
there we go.
I thought he was trying to sneak another one in there on me. I just didn't scroll down far enough. One final resolution, and this one is to authorize transfers from education fund to operation fund.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? The motion
There's a
carries.
resolution of the resolution.
School calendar. I had shared with the board 4 different drafts that the administration and the ECTA had been working on. Once again, we put in a lot of thought and took in a lot of input and comments and considerations from all of the buildings, all the different departments to try to come up with what we felt to be a calendar that would best meet the kids' needs and address various concerns brought to the committee. With those 4 proposals, we have a representative from each calendar, and we're going to let them debate those and arm wrestle if necessary to determine which final calendar we end up on.
Who's doing that?
We did come to a minor consensus, I guess. It was a split decision between calendar 3 and calendar 4, with calendar 4 winning by a nose in our last discussion last night. And so I bring to the board consideration or recommendation to approve calendar 4 tonight.
I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion also carries. Now we'll go along to the selling or scrapping of school bus number 3.
We would like approval to sell or scrap school bus 3. Mrs. Anderson would like to get rid of it.
It's the one we've already replaced. So the bus that we have recently purchased is actually out in the garage if anybody wants to go see it before kids get on it and make it messy. But so the brand new 3, or not brand new, gently used, new to us 3 is out in the garage right now. And if you would like to say goodbye to former bus 3, it's picked clean and sitting out in the lot with no headlights in it or windows.
So it's not drivable.
It's not drivable. Well, we did drive it over there and park it in that spot. The engine, it starts the first time you try to turn it over, but don't you dare try to start it again. It has to sit for a while after that. But no, we've picked it up clean of everything that can be salvaged and used on current buses. So it's ready to go.
I need a motion to.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Do we have anything else?
Nope.
Ms. Flores, anything else from the public, from the staff, from the ECTA? I guess I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Motion and second. All in favor? Aye.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Evans, for that presentation. That was fun.
Okay.
Now my daughter can calm down and relax.
All right, VP after, I mean, I don't want to claim something that will cause us some problem.